And to the government, it made perfect sense to them. What they didn't realize that, and I say the government, it wasn't the government that actually made this rule. We've all heard that the Federal Reserve Bank that has our money, they're not a government agency. They're a private bank that rents the government our money to use. And so the Federal Reserve is the one that came up with this. Hey, we need to fight crime. We need to know where all this money laundering is happening. We need to know all the dollars that everybody has and where they are at all times. So they passed this legislation a number of years ago called the Corporate Transparency Act, or the CTA, and they said, hey, by a certain date, all these businesses have to comply with that. Except, and they had an except list, right? Except politicians. Wow, really? Okay, politicians, they're exempt. Big money institutions, they're exempt. So all the people that you'd think should have been especially covered were exempt. So now you can see, we all know that the money system is corrupt, and sometimes the government that controls the money system can also be corrupt. And so as I was kind of preparing, and I'm going to jump into some very specifics. So the reason that we're hitting on this now, at the very last minute, is when they passed the Corporate Transparency Act, there's a long list of requirements. And it affected 25 million businesses in the US. And the rules were this: if you own a company, okay, who here owns a company? Who here owns an LLC? Now, some people won't raise their hand. Oh, I don't own an LLC. But that rental property you bought is in an LLC. Well, that's just a house. That counts as a company. Oh, it does. Okay, and so when it was any company, any LLC, private family trusts are technically companies now. So if you set up a trust, or like a will or a trust for your family, that counts. And so when this, everyone kind of ignored it because it was passed a number of years ago and it hasn't triggered yet. Well, this year it triggered.